What's going on? I want to make this term. I want to make this connection right here. It's called centralized government. Centralized government basically means the government and the military are the same thing, and business is the same thing as military and same thing as government. It just means like how there's separation here, where there's like judicial is separate from the presidential, and then what's the other one? Freaking judicial, executive, and there's basically the Senate is the other one. I forgot what it's called at the moment for some reason, because it's all bullshit anyway. But it's still good to know their terminology and know where it comes from. And remember, if government's going centralized right now, it came from the good form of government that we used to have here, but still wasn't perfect. It was just good. It wasn't perfect. Never was perfect. Always flawed. Always double standards. Always hypocrisies. But, the thing about it, over time, for a season, a spell, it did kind of get better. But see, the evil people who preferred the old style of government, the mafia rule, the strong arm, might rules, Machiavellian, ends justify the means, moral relativism. It's good for me, so it's good. But everyone else has to die for it to be good for me. That's how their wacky Toontown, doublespeak, maritime amnesty style thinking basically works. But anyway, centralized government. It basically means like, look, in Russia, if you was to steal any property at all, you stole from the state, which means no one really owned anything. It just was borrowed to them by the state, by the government, by Big Brother, basically. So that there's no private property. Anything you have is like basically it's on loan to you from the state. Kind of like when you go to jail, they loan you clothes, and at the end of the day, you gotta take them off and give them, and they give you new, cleaned, washed, same thing as yesterday. That's basically how centralized government works. It's basically the merger of corporations with state. Communism is almost the same fucking thing, but it's just the military makes decisions on what businesses make what and do what products. And bureaucrats kind of like, since they're part of the government, they get extra rations, they get the better clothes, they get the bigger plantations. You know what I'm saying? They get a little bit more maybe privacy freedom, but no one gets privacy or freedom. Because by it's coercion. It's like, if you don't do what we say, you die. So therefore you cannot be free in such a society. Centralization of government, dude. It's basically all sectors are ran. It's not even the military. The military basically is taken over by corporatists or business or policymakers. That's the difference. Who takes control? The business people or the political people? I think that's the difference between fascism and communism. But in the end result, it's totalitarian. It's the same thing. Centralization of government means you're going to lose freedoms. It means everything's the military, basically. The people at the store, if you give them a hard time, they call the cops. But guys in military uniforms come stomp you to death. And then if you resist, they pull out guns and they go grrr, and they gun you down right in front of people. Then some guy comes up with a body bag, puts you in it. 2 guys, they cart you off. Then some guys, janitors, come and sweep it up, and everyone keeps their head down and no one says anything. That's how it works. That's what it leads to. That's what used to happen in these centralized government countries in the past. It's universal. There is no centralized government on the planet. There wasn't some terror, murder, purging regime that got them to the point where they could have ultimate control, supreme dominance, full spectrum dominance, and it's like, look, they're always nice, or they're kind of nice until they get it written in legal law. And look, every one of these countries, well, as at least Nazi Germany was won over first through policy, and then after all the green lights were go, then they went into full stormtrooper, fucking jackboot, assassin, fucking insane, methed out, roided out, scientifically grandizations, listen, perversions of science and fantasy gone wild, and then you get these fucking people. People believe anything and fight and die for it. I mean, that's a character fucking flaw of humanity. It seems like, or is it the brokenness of our world and all the lies and the fucking look, the deceptions just make you broken. So that's why people are prone to that type of behavior, because something ain't right about the way things are, and it's never been right. And they just try to use mumbo jumbo and legalese to make you believe that it is like it. They make you believe that it isn't like it really is, or either that or you're too scared to care. You know what I'm saying, or whatever, dude. But anyway, yeah, man. Watch out. These are terms every person should every citizen should familiarize themselves with, because when they use such terminologies, or even if they use sanitized terminology that doesn't say centralization of government, if they just call it like task force or joint operation, things of that nature, continuity of government. Look, they use all these sanitized, scary sounding terminologies, but when you add them all together, they're like Voltron, and all of a sudden it's an evil fucking Terminator with devil horns and reptilian skin. When you assemble the mother effer, basically, that's how centralization government works. It's basically like Voltron. It turns into an evil fucking jackboot tyrant. Each like, look, private sector, business, school, utilities, military, courts. You know what I'm saying? Look, and then the fucking occult circle in the middle, the dot in the middle of the circle, the occult super circle, the elite, the basically the devil worshippers, man, that run the world. Because like the devil has a lot of he's got a lot of pull, like really, in everything that's going on and that you see, and it's been that way for a long freaking time. The devil's got a lot of pull in this world, and the people that rise to the top and are probably the most famous and successful, most of them aren't the guy I'm talking about, but they're working for those guys. They might know it, they might not know it. Who cares? I mean, that's how most people are working for these guys, and they don't know and don't care to know. And that's why the system keeps on just woo, woo, rolling forward, man, right off the cliff, destruction. Wile E. Coyote's on he's the conductor of the train. He's got a bunch of freaking chumps on the back that paid to sit on the train to get woo, woo, right off the cliff. You know what I'm saying? The Roadrunner sitting at the top at the edge of the cliff, and he's going, and then he goes, meep, meep, and he goes running off in the other direction. Unfortunately, man, it's plain to see. It's plain to see. And if you don't see it, look, prove it wrong. Prove it wrong. I guarantee you can't. I promise you won't be able to. I know this for a fact. And it's weird to to be that confident and have utmost certainty and know that it's weird. You know what I'm saying? It really makes everything seem so stupid and foolish and like a cartoon and like a big fucking sick joke. And I don't it's not funny to me, because it's not good what's at the end of this road. You know what I'm saying? That most people are just walking towards. Not to say that, I've been on that road too. Look, it's not easy. It's very easy to get on that road. You know what I'm saying? But it's really hard, man, to go the other way, because people are going to be like, where are you going, man? Why are you going this way? We're all going that way. Didn't you hear the orders? There's guys with machine guns back there. you're not telling them that you're just gonna get down there and go and sneak off. Fucking look. Uh, but it looks like you're going against the grain, against the current, against the flow. Like you're fucking restricting progress. Look, you're gonna get us all punished if you don't fucking submit, if you don't conform. If you don't comply, you're gonna get us all killed. Look. And then they'll go to the boss. Look, boss, he's gonna get us. He's gonna get us all killed. And then he goes to his boss, which is it's a cop, but he's just got on like a military style, freaking non-combat type uniform. Don't know what that's called, but look. Then the next guy comes in. He's got on a suit and he's got on a fucking bulletproof vest. Then the next guy comes in. He's got on combat, fucking tactical SWAT, all black, hard ass helmet, vest, fucking face thing. Fucking grenades, knife, pepper spray, mace, fucking machine gun, combat shotgun, fucking machine gun, pistol, sidearm, a club, a Batman utility fucking belt, a Batman cruiser squad car, fucking helicopter, Big Brother helicopter was swooping down and peering in the windows of young lovers in the night. You know what I'm saying? And just no one can't recognize that something ain't right about that. And once again, that's a fucking exaggeration of reality, but it was written like 70, 80 freaking years ago. And it's like, it's true what he wrote 70, 80 years ago. So look, at the time he probably sounded like a madman fucking